Good evening, friends. Welcome to Equip History Makers. Welcome to Equip History Makers. And this is a beautiful evening here in Otavi. And I hope you are doing very well wherever you find yourself, wherever you are. And therefore, I just want to give you these few minutes for you to invite your friends, invite your relatives, invite everybody that you care about, so that you join us this evening. I'm just giving you some few minutes. We are very sorry. We apologize. Something just didn't go very well when we started with the first broadcast. And I know there were already some people waiting there. So we apologize for that. We apologize for that. So you can join us. Invite everybody. We are waiting for you. We are waiting for you. Wonderful. Let me just make a quick cross check here. Okay, I can see here as well. We apologize for that. So, okay. How everybody is preparing to hear this wonderful message that we have today. Let me just give you some few seconds, invite someone. I just want to see some few people online before we start. Just want to see some few people online before we start. Awesome. Well, we are starting with our continuing, with our study on the value what you possess. Value what you possess. Value what you possess. Yesterday we talked about the ultimate value of life. That value is the gift that God has given to us. Life is a precious gift that we have. Without life, we can't do much. Without life, we can't accomplish much, because if life is lost, everything is lost. But as long as we have life, there is always something that we can do. So today, I'm going to look at life without a vision is meaningless. Life without a vision is meaningless. Life is to be lived with value, such as honesty, kindness, justice, and righteousness. Those are the values that we need to live life with. if we want to practice justice, we can't be selfish. We can't be self-centered. We can't just look at ourselves. Practicing justice means looking at the injustice that is taking place and addressing it. And that is one of the value of life. Why we have this value? That is one of the value of life. Honesty. If we can be honest wherever we are, whatever we do, in our working places, if we can be honest, if we can be honest in our businesses, in our careers, if we can be honest in everything that we do, we are going to have a better world. If we can be kind to one another, if we can be kind to people in a street, people who need us more than ever before, than just looking at myself, what can I gain out of this relationship? If I have this person, what will I benefit? What will I profit? So that is not really the issue of life here. The value of life is to be kind to one another. Righteousness, to stand right in whatever that we do, to stand right in whatever that we do, that our life shouldn't be questionable because we are dealing with unrighteous activities or in things that does not really bring glory to the name of God. Now, life is to be lived with passion so that we can leave positive impact. If we really have to leave a positive impact, we have to be passionate about life. Now, if we are passionate about life, if we really find value, if we really realize that the most important possession that we have is life, if we understand the importance of life itself, we can make so much impact in our world, in the world of other people. We can make so much impact because we know that we are here for a purpose. We are here for a for something. We need to accomplish something. We need to do something. So life is to be lived with passion to make positive impact. If we truly have to make positive impact in this world, we have to be passionate about life. We have to ask ourselves questions. Why am I here? What on earth am I here? What on earth am I here for? What is that I'm put in this world to do? Am I just here to entertain myself, to entertain my friends? Or am I here for something bigger, something greater? Am I just here to acquire material wealth? And yesterday we spoke on that life is bigger than the pleasures that we can have in this world. Life is bigger than that. Life without a vision is a meaningless life. When there's nothing that drives your life, if there's nothing that is pushing your life, if there's nothing that's keeping you awake in the night, if there's nothing that making you or keeping you thinking throughout to say, how am I going to do this? If there's nothing that is bothering you, then probably you are living a meaningless life. If you are only living based on whatever comes, then maybe you are living a meaningless life. Life without a vision is meaningless. And therefore, if you really want to live life to the fullest, if you want to make an impact in this life, you got to have a vision. You got to have a vision. What are you chasing? What is that you want to accomplish in life? I'm not talking about pleasures of this world. I'm not talking about entertainment. I'm not talking about dreaming. I'm not talking about eating. I'm not talking about clothing or driving expensive cars. Yeah, maybe that is your vision. But what is that does not make you sleep in the night? What is that making you to look forward every day? What is that making you to feel like, man, tomorrow must come already. I want to do this thing. Living with vision ensures impactful living. The only way we can make impact is when we have a vision. The only way we can make changes in the life of people is when we have a vision. The only way we can change our world is when we have a vision. The only way we can transform other people's lives is when we have a vision. But if you are living your life just based on whatever comes, if you are living your life based on other people, what they think about you, or what they expect from you, you will never really make any impact. Because at the end of the day, the person that you want to impress, when he's not there, when she's not there, then what are you going to do? What is the meaning of life? There is this story that I heard of a lady who had his vision, his purpose, his dream was to get married to a hardworking man, and then so they can have a wonderful family, wonderful children, and then live happily ever after. So, luckily enough, her dream come to pass. She got a very handsome guy, very hardworking guy, and they had a very beautiful house, 2 beautiful daughters. Only one day for her to realize that, man, something is missing. My husband seems like he's losing touch with me. So the husband came home, and when the husband came, he says, man, it seems like we are losing touch with one another. What's going on here? The husband said, yeah, in fact, I was just about to tell you. So this is the divorce paper. So you sign it, it's over. I don't think I'm in love anymore. And it seems like she just came out from her sleeping, from her dream of this marvelous, wonderful, beautiful marriage. Because that was her dream. That was all what she was chasing. And after she accomplished this, she was reluctant. She thought she had arrived. Only this guy to walk out on her. And then she realized, I still don't have life. What am I going to do? She was left with a big house, but how is she going to maintain it? She doesn't have any money. She's left with two children. What is she going to do? Only then she realized that marriage, having a husband, having a wife, having children is not the ultimate purpose of life. It's not the ultimate purpose of life. What about if you lose your children? What about if you lose your wife? What about if you lose your husband? Then what are you having left? What about if you lose your friends? If your ultimate purpose of life is just to have good friends? I love this. And that's why life without a vision is a meaningless life. The things that we chase after, they are really not what is important. And that's what not really why we are created for. And therefore, I just want to encourage you to have a vision for yourself. Because if you don't have a vision, when you don't have a vision, in fact, you don't understand the value of life. You don't understand the importance of life. And that's why it's so important to know what is that I want to accomplish in life. And go and just do that with everything that you have, with every fiber in your life. So when life is without a purpose, when life is without a vision, in fact, Dr. Mas Mandru says, when purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. When purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. When you don't know your purpose, you are going to abuse your life. You are going to abuse the people that are around you. You are going to abuse your body. You are going to abuse things that are supposed to take you to another level. When purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. That's why we don't have, that's why we have people who are alcohol addicts. That's why we have people who are drug addicts. That's why we are having people who mess up their life because they don't understand the purpose of their life. They don't understand why are they here. What on earth are they here for? And therefore they abuse the very body that's supposed to keep them on this earth to accomplish the purpose that God has given to them. So when purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. There is no true satisfaction in life without fulfillment of purpose. When we don't fulfill our purpose, we'll never really be happy. That's why we run from this place to this place looking for fulfillment or looking for love or looking for joy. But we don't understand that our love and our joy are found when we found our purpose. When we really find out why are we here? What is the purpose for us to be alive here? We are not here by accident, as some people are allowed to. This world is so well organized. Look at yourself in a mirror. Look at yourself very well in a mirror. Almost there's already nothing on your body that is not useful. How could something that is so well organized be an accident? You are here for a purpose. We are here to accomplish something. You are here to do something greater. So you are not an accident. God was not throwing dice for you to be born. God was not throwing that. Yes, maybe your parents did not plan for your coming, but God knew that you were coming because we were given a creative mandate. The creative mandate which he says multiply, Multiply. So every time you will sleep with a man or a woman, you know there's a possibility of multiplication. And therefore, you are not an accident. You are planned. It's purpose that you are here. It's on purpose that you are here. So don't live your life purposely. Because when you live your life without a purpose, when you live your life without a vision, if you live your life without a dream, if you live your life without direction, somebody else is going to lead you somewhere. Even that is where even though that is not where you want to go, somebody's going to lead your life. So that's why you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful. What are you doing with your life? Are you living your life to impress people? Are you living your life to satisfy people? Are you living your life just to just get by? Why are you here? What are you doing with your life? Some people are going to school to study just to impress people that they have studied. Some people are getting married just to impress people that they got married. Some people are doing business just to impress somebody. What about if the business collapses? Or what about the person that you want to impress if he's no more? Then what? Then what do you have left? Life without purpose is meaningless. Life without purpose is meaningless. That's why you see that when we don't value what we have, when we don't value our bodies, we abuse our bodies. When we don't value our friends, we abuse them. When we don't value our families, we abuse them. When you don't value our children, we abuse them. Whatever you possess and you don't value, you will abuse it. And that's why some people abuse their whole life. They abuse their whole life because they don't understand the purpose of life. When you don't understand the purpose of life, you are going to abuse it. And that's why it's so important to understand why on earth are you here for? What on earth are you here? You are not just here just to follow other people, just to hang in a group, just to do whatever is expected of you. You are here for something bigger, something greater, something marvelous, but that thing is inside of you. It's not outside there. It's not with any person. It's not written in any book. You can't find it in any university. Yeah, maybe university might open all doors of opportunities in your life, but your purpose is not written in the university. The way God wants you to live your life is not written in any university. And it's inside of you. You got to find it within you. You need to look at yourself and say, what is that I can do? What is that I'm passionate about? What is that that makes me angry? What is that is making me angry? I was looking at a young politician in Uganda, and they were asking him and says, what makes you to join politics? And he said, I was just singing inspirational songs, and then I was abused because I was driving a nice car, and I was beaten and all these things. And I just realized how much injustice is outside there. And so I started fighting against injustice through songs. But later I realized I can't just sing about it. I got to do something about it. I got to get into politics to influence transformation, to end this injustice. That's why we are here. That's one of the value of life. To practice justice, to fight injustice. And until you find that area of your life where you feel like justice needs to be served, until you find that area in your life where you feel like they need a solution here, until you find that area in your life where you say, no, I think there's a gap here that needs to be filled, and I can fill that gap, you are going to live a purposeless life. Because whatever makes your heart beat, whatever makes you angry, or whatever makes you excited, that might be your vision. That might be your vision. But it's within you. It's inside of you. You just need to pay attention to yourself, and you realize that there's something that you can do. You realize that there's something that you can do. So life is about vision, about purpose. It's not about pleasure. It's not about what we eat, what we drink. Yes, we need those to survive, to live. We need those because we need to look after this body that contains us. Because if we don't have this body that contains us, we will not do anything anyway. And that's why we need to look after ourselves as well. Oh, man. So you need to understand that your value of life exceeds material possessions. Your value of life exceeds material wealth. Your value cannot be compared to any money. Yeah, I know. We say, no, this person now value 2 millions, this person now value 2 billions. But take life from him and see. Just take that life away from him. Just separate the body from the life. Because that's what we call death. Death is just a separation between the physical and the spiritual. A separation between the physical and the spiritual. When we take out the spirit from you, that life that is in you, the body becomes useless. It doesn't matter how much you say it's worth, it's become useless. And that's why you value more than any material possession that you can have. Because as long as you have life, you can always do something. I really don't like reading scriptures on this broadcast, but let me just read this scripture. It's Luke chapter 12, verse 15. This is from Jesus. He said, take heed and beware of covetousness. For one's life does not consist in the abundance of the things he possesses. Take heed and beware of covetousness. For one's life does not consist in the abundance of the things he possesses. Your life worth more than anything that you can have. In fact, you have those things because of the life that you have. You acquired those things because of the life that you have. You were able to accomplish those things because of the life that you have. That's why your life value more than any material wealth that you can acquire. And that's why Robert Kiyosaki said, even if I lose anything today, as long as I'm alive, I can do something again. Because what is important is the life that you have, the life that you possess. That's what is more important than anything else. And that's why I want to encourage you. I want to admonish you this evening. Have a vision. Don't be like a headless chicken. Don't just move from here to there without any purpose. Don't go to places without any purpose. Don't go to any, just visit friends without any purpose. Why are you going there in the first place? What are you going to gain after all? Yes, we all need fun. We all need fun. I understand that. But your fun must be purposeful as well. You must take a deliberate time to say, this is my time to have fun. And my fun ends here. It must have boundaries. Your fun must have boundaries. What on earth are you here for? You see, the reason why there are some people who are making more impact and some are not making impact is not because some people are more smarter than others. It's not because some people are having more money than others. Very few people actually that are very successful today that were born with a silver spoon. Most of them, they were never born with a silver spoon. The only difference that they make more impact in the world more than other people is because they found the vision. They have a vision, they have a purpose, they find their dreams. That's the only difference between the success and the not success. That's the difference between the haves and the have not. That's the only difference. When you find yourself, when you become aware of your potential, when you become aware of your dreams and your visions, you come to make more impact in the world. We have so many people in the world. Why is not everybody making an impact? Because some people are just hanging in there, following the crowd, doing whatever everybody else is doing. And I remember saying it on my broadcast here. I remember saying it, if you can only offer what any other person can offer, then you become irrelevant. People that become relevant are people who are offering what is not available. If whatever you're offering is already available in the market, then why should you become relevant? And that's why even when you are doing researches in schools we look at what other researchers have done already, and we try to identify the gap between what was done and what we want to do. What is that? What is this gap? What is that was left, that was not really properly attended to, that we want to attend to? We find that gap, because it would be useless to run the same research that was already done by someone else. What is that we want to fill in between? What was that was missed that we want to do? Then our research become relevant. Then people want to read our researches. But if my research is already done, what I'm doing is already done by someone else, then it becomes useless. And that's why we become relevant based on what we have, which is different from other people. And that's why God made us different. That's why we are different. That's why I don't speak like you. That's why I don't look like you. That's why I don't do anything like you. Even to breathe in and out, we don't do it exactly the same. We do it at different intervals, depending on how much oxygen our lungs are requiring. So that's why you need to have your vision. Don't just try to hang in and be like everybody else. Don't just try to look like everybody else. Don't try to do whatever everybody else is doing. You know, there's this thing, especially here in Namibia, among young people. When one buys an Amarok, then all his friends want also to buy Amarok. When one buy a Polo, GTI, everyone want to have that, and that's all what they talk about. When one open a bar, then everybody else want to open a bar. You know, be different, be you, be unique, be unique. Don't just be like everybody else. Be unique, because you are created unique and different. You are a different species altogether. You are a different breed, not maybe speed, but breed. You know, your understanding is different. Your passion is different. Your equipment, the resources that are within you is different. It's not like everybody else. And that's why you don't just need to do what everybody else is doing. If you are bringing to the table what is already on the table, then what is the difference? Why should people come and buy what is already from you, what's already available in the market? And God knew that if we are all going to be the same, the world is not going to be a good place. The world is not going to be fun. The world is not going to be beautiful. The world is not going to be wonderful. That's why he created us different, so that everybody can bring something different on the table. Imagine if we were, everybody was just an eye in a world. Imagine if your whole body was just the mouth. It's not going to be interesting. Imagine if your whole body was just a leg. That's why you see we have this variety. You know, we learn from nature. We look at the nature and say, you see, if the body doesn't have the eye, will not know where to go. If the body don't have ears, will not hear what people are saying. If the body was not having the nose, it will not survive, because how will it get oxygen? If the body didn't have arms, how are you going to eat? How are you going to do your work and all that? Yes, I'm taking cognizance that there are people who were born without some of these things, but it's not normal. It's unfortunate that they come out that way for one reason or another. And it's not that I'm being ignorant or I'm being insensitive here. I just want you to understand the diversity that we have, that God have created, that we are different for reasons. So if you can't find your vision, if you can't find your purpose, it will be very difficult for you to make any impact in the world. What impact are you going to make? Not just in the world, even in your community. What impact are you going to make? And that's why you need to find your niche. You need to find your purpose. You need to find your dream. You need to find your vision. You need to find something that is unique. And that's why you see, I teach because I'm a teacher. But all the young people who are upcoming now, most of them, look at the religious people. Most of the upcoming preachers, they all want to be prophets because it seems like prophetic movement is attracting more people because everybody wants to be prophesied. But when prophecies, where will be those people? What the kind of understanding are they going to have? Nothing. That's why we need both prophets. We need teachers to teach people to be grounded, to grow up, to mature. We need the evangelist who goes in the street to preach to people or teach people how to evangelize and all that. That's why we need apostles. These are like the fathers in faith who say, no, don't do it that way. Do it this way. No, don't go that way. You can't do it. You see, for the things to balance. For the things to balance. Imagine if everybody in the world was a teacher. If there were no doctors, if there were no nurses, if there were no engineers, if there were no pilots, imagine what kind of a world are we going to have? But why do you want to be like someone else? Why do you want to imitate somebody else? Why do you want to talk like somebody else? Why do you want to think like somebody else? You are unique. And you got to understand that. Just realize that your uniqueness, that is your purpose of life. What makes you unique is your purpose, your vision, your dream. That's what makes you unique. And therefore, don't just try to be like everybody else. Have a vision, because if you don't have it, you are going to live a meaningless life, useless life, trying to impress people. And if people don't treat you the way you want them to treat you, you might give up on life. You might commit suicide. You might do funny things. You might sell your body just to be recognized or to be seen or to get to a certain level of life. You got to know what is that thing that you want to do, that thing that you want to accomplish in your life, that thing. What is that that can impact your friends, your neighbors, your community, your nation, maybe the world at large as well? And that's why a person like me is here to encourage you, to speak to you, to help you find your dream, find your niche. Yeah. It's not very easy. It's not so easy to do what I'm doing here. But I'm trying my best because I have the know-how, I have the knowledge that maybe you might not have. But I know you have something that I don't have also. But if I don't encourage you to do that thing that I don't have, you are even robbing me. You are robbing me of your potential. You are robbing me of your accomplishments. You are robbing me of that business idea. You are robbing me. You are robbing me if you are not coming out with the purpose for your life. Because you have something that I don't have. We all, each one of us, you have something that other people don't have. And therefore, have a vision. Sit down. If you don't know, lock yourself up for 3 days. Don't talk to anyone. Just look inside of yourself. Look at the things that you like, the things that you don't like, the things that makes you angry, the things that makes you happy, the things that you enjoy doing. If nobody's going to pay you, what is that you are ready to do? What is that you are ready to do if nobody's going to pay you for that? I love talking to people. That's why I'm talking to you this evening. I'm not getting paid for this, but I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. In fact, even my English is not that good. I know that, and I'm working on it. But still, I'm talking about my heart. I'm pouring out myself because I know this is what I love doing. What is that you love doing? What is that you enjoy doing? That might be just your dream. That might be just your vision. And therefore, don't just leave your life hanging in there. The worth of your life is not to be compared to anything in this world. You are worth more than any silver, any gold. You are worth more than any house, any car, any clothes. You are worth more than anything that you may think of. Your life does not consist in the abundance of the things that you possess. That's what Jesus said. Your life is more valuable more than anything else. Life is not defined or measured by what you have. Even if you have a lot, it's not measured by that. What about if you lost it? What about if you lose life? What are you going to have left? Nothing at all. What are you going to boast about if you lose your life? Nothing, because you have nothing left. And therefore, life is more valuable than anything else. But life without a purpose is a meaningless life. That's why we have people who are drunkards. That's why we have people who are drug addicts. That's why we are having thieves. That's why having robbers. That's why having people who just want to do evil, wicked things, killing innocent people, raping women and children. Because people don't have anything to do. They don't know what is the purpose of their life. So they end up finding, console themselves in wicked things, because that is all that's available for them to do. If you don't know what you are able to do, if you can't find your purpose, if you can't find your dream, if you can't find your vision, you are going to live a purposeless life. Well, I go a little bit beyond my time this evening, so I just want to encourage you. Find your dream, find your purpose, have something to do. Yes, find something to do. And that thing that you need to do is not somewhere hidden somewhere. It's inside of you. It's in a very inside of you. It's inside of you. And therefore, have a dream, have a purpose. Have a dream, have a purpose. Well, this is all for tonight. Leave your comment on the comment section. Surely I'll read it. Let me know what you think about this topic. And we'll see you next time. Tomorrow, you can join me on our Atmos Life Ministries broadcast. We are going to have live service there tomorrow. So join me. If you are a Christian, if you are a believer, join me there tomorrow.